Hello people, I've had a few questions about some of the gear in my workshop, so I thought I'd try and do a bit of a better workshop tour than I've done before. What I start off with, this is me dirty workshop, if you want to call it that. It's one of my grinders. It's one I use mainly for profiling, sort of roughing out and things. It's all homemade, made it a few years ago, this one. Across here and show the other grinder. This is one I use for doing bevels and stuff like that. Again, it's a homemade one. Runs off a 1 horsepower motor. Pulleys for speed adjustment. It's a few knives I've started on, got to finish. It's got platen on it at the moment. I've got some other different heads and things that go on it. Over here we got, this is my old heat treating oven, forge, whatever you want to call it. So I've just since made an electric one, which I'll show you a bit later. Worked perfectly though, used to get perfect heat treatment from it. It was all run from, I had twin thermocouples, so I could get the exact temperature. Just a bit of a pig standing there adjusting the gas all the time. So I've now gone to electric, which just makes life a little bit easier. It's my little dust extractor under the bench there. Just runs pipe around. I'll just move it to each individual area I want to get the dust from. Just a little buffer and a satin wheel there. Don't really use that too much. Do most of the stuff by hand. It's my vintage bandsaw. Coronet Imp. Works perfectly though, as long as it's set up properly it cuts perfect. I got it as a temporary thing, but I'm still using it now. It just works. Yeah, it does the job. So why replace it? It's my metal cutting bandsaw for cutting all my blades out. It's yeah, again, it works really well. Little seat on it, so I don't get sore bum sitting on it. Another little bandsaw there for doing some stuff. Just as a, make sure I've got another one. Small pillar drill there, which I actually use as a lathe most of the time for doing fire steels, laid on its side. Just yeah, mount between the 2 points. Use that piece of wood as a rest. Works fine. I will get a proper lathe at some point, but that's a spare at the moment, that drill. So there's my larger 12-speed drill, which I use for most of the stuff. So yeah, works perfect. Just got a bench here, just getting things together. I like having a good few work surfaces. See the old stereo there. Got to have a bit of music while you're working. Again, another big bit of bench there. This is my little 1x30, which has actually got a leather belt on it at the moment. Just put a bit of compound on it, and don't use it on small knives necessarily, but sharpening up some bigger stuff, bill hooks and things, it works really well. It's another sort of cheap belt sander. Mainly use that for just cleaning up the scales after I've stabilised them. Just square things up and get the spare resin off. Don't use that for a lot else. Little compressor down there with an air gun for blowing muck out of things. It's my little knife vise, which can be adjusted around. Go up sideways. Can't really do it one-handed, but it goes up and down as well, and you can twist it round and round, so you can get all your different angles. Again, it's a homemade item. I like making my own gear. Another little bench there with a vise, a couple of vices on it. Yeah, and that's about it in here, I think. Little wood burner there, which I don't really use a lot. being this is a tin shed, it gets a bit cold in here, but I'll just have to put a coat on really. Don't really don't really light that up much, it does do a lot in here. Well, that's down here really. I'll take you up to the other workshop, which is sort of the clean workshop where all the heat treating and things goes on. Here we go then, let's have a look at the other workshop. This one, sort of the clean workshop, if you like to say. It's I do my heat treating and things. Right, to start with, there's the Rockwell tester. All my knives are tested. Something very important, of course. We have some vacuum stabilising set up there. Again, I'll stabilise all my own scales. That's it's a little hole punch for doing the leather work. I use that for putting the holes in my stitch holes in my sheaths. It's something I made myself. It's keeps everything square. Makes life very easy. Just a few. There's some scales, stabilised scales there, sitting there ready to be used. There's a few of my knife designs there. Some bits and there's my etching setup over there. Putting the maker's mark on the knives. This is my tempering oven. It's all pig controlled, so we know everything's spot on. And this is a fairly new addition. Heat treating oven I completed a few weeks back, which I now will be using for my heat treating. A little bit easier than the gas one. It's all pig controlled. Just about to see it now, I think. Well, I've had it up to 1100 degrees and it runs very stable. I'll be able to go into using a few different steels as well now, which will be nice. And the quench tank set up there. Got a thermocouple so I can make sure it's exactly the nice temperature, make sure things are as they should be. Use rye oil, quench oil, proper 01 tool steel quench oil. There's a few bits of wood ready for chopping up for scales. Nice bit of yew, some maple, a bit of sported beech there as well. That's acacia at the bottom. You've got to chop that up and see what it will look like. Might use it, might not. There's a few knives just put out for you to see, I suppose. They're sort of can't see a lot probably. Sort of old builds and things. It's all designs I do still, but these are all used ones, or ones I've kept. That's about it, I think, for my workshops. Hope it's been okay for you. Any questions about any of my gear? As I say, I make a lot of it myself. So you know, if anyone's got any questions about how I've done it, please contact me. I'm not taking orders at the moment. I'm sort of closed till after Christmas, and hopefully open my books just after Christmas. If you go on my website, you can find contact details on there. Okay, thanks for joining me. Hopefully see you again soon. Okay.